these out. It's my little thinking cap right now for the difference of squares. Remember, everything has to be written as a square. So 9 we could write as 3 squared, x squared, minus, how would you rewrite 25?
5 squared.
5 squared. Y squared. So everything's written with a square. I'm going to cross all those squares off. So I'm left with 3x minus 5y and 3x plus 5y. So that's your difference of squares on top. Now on the bottom, okay, we got any out. So 2 sets of parentheses. Let me get my pencil out just in case. All right. What numbers did you choose for 6? I'm going to choose 3 and 2 as well. 3 and 2. The x squared, make sure there is a letter. A lot of you just left the letter off and then it didn't make any sense. You have to have a letter in there. Then what 2 numbers could you use for 25? 5 and 5. What letter needs to be attached to them?
Y.
The y's. Now I'm not sure if it works yet. If I look at my innies, 5 times 2 is 10. My outies, 3 times 5, 15. Can 15 and 10 give you 5?
Yes.
Yes, it does. Now I have to subtract these, so the bigger number needs the negative. Which one here is my bigger number?
15.
Which one?
15.
The 15. But how did you get the 15? We said 3 times the 5. So this 5 needs the minus sign. So that way when you multiply it, you get the negative. And then that means this one's got to be the opposite sign. Do you see a common expression? I do. I see 3x plus 5y. 3x plus 5y. So on the top, I'm left with 3x minus 5y. And in the denominator, I'm left with 2x minus 5y. Again, I know these are the same, but I don't care. They're not going to cheat. They are going to stay with their partner on top or on the bottom. There are only 2 problems in the homework where you have an any out. So the majority of them are going to be simple. So they won't be as long. I know with anybody else sit there and check it and everything. Okay. So that's the majority of the lesson. The only problem at the very end, and Chris, it's something you asked me, and I was like, when you said, do they have to be identical for them to cancel? They do. But if it looks like something like this, m minus 2 over 2 minus m. Let's say we have that. Now, do I have a GCF in either of those?
Nope.
No, I don't have any squares, so I can't even simplify it. So we need to think about this.
It's prime.
No, no primes. Look at your
It
n's.
is what it is.
Notice, an m on top is positive. What is it on the bottom?
Negative.
Then if you look at your numbers, the 2 up here is negative. Down here, it's positive. So they're complete opposites of each other. Now, Timmy, you said the number was 6 that I first asked you about?
Yes.
All right, so if we put 6 in here, what is 6 minus 2?
4.
4. What would 2 minus 6 give you?
Negative 4.
Negative 4. What's 4 over negative 4? What would that simplify to? 4 over negative 4.
1.
Close. 0. Negative 1. 4 over negative 4 is negative 1. This expression does not cancel to 1 because they're not the exact same thing. It's going to simplify to negative 1. So you can put a little note. It doesn't happen often, but it can happen. If you have a binomial, that's just the expression, on top with a minus. It has to be a minus sign. With a minus sign. And that same binomial bottom they're just switched. Just switched. The whole expression equals -1. So
What if
just-
the bottom was, what the denominator was 2 plus m?
then that's
It
as far as
doesn't
you can
matter.
go. That's as far as you can go. You can't do anything more. So it has to be m minus something, that's something minus m. That's when it will cancel to be -1.
If it's plus, it's still 1, right?
Huh?
And what he was asking is m plus 2 or 2 plus m, that's still 1.
That's still 1, yes. But if it was m minus 2, 2 plus m, then you can't do
Okay, so as
anything.
long as the signs match, it would be either +1
Or
Or
negative
-1.
1.
Correct. Correct.
I think I understand.
But there are only 2 at the very end of your homework. So when you're looking at your homework and you're like, what do we do? Think of this last rule that you have. Okay? All right.